What's good, everybody? What's going on?
Gang, 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 we in the building. What's up, Quay? What's up, First Lady? Another episode, another show, and it's about to be lit. We geeked up, we lit. Make sure y'all get y'all popcorn, subscribe, like, share, bring a friend. Don't be stingy with all this good information. You got the First Lady with her hair fried, dyed, laid to the side, looking right. We got Quay over there with the Steve Harvey edge up. Wifey got him looking right with the black tie. It's almost Black Friday, suit and tie. That's how we doing. Yeet.
This guy, man. Shout out to everybody joining us tonight. One of your co-hosts, Quay Price. Got the First Lady on here, Chloe, as well. This is Looking in the Mirror, the conversation. We got King over there as well, as he just gave the great introduction. I said this is Looking in the Mirror, the conversation, where we like to have some conversations, talk about some tough, topics, topics that affect the community and, our forward progress and so forth. So we appreciate everybody joining us tonight. We got another hot one tonight to get into. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna hit the sponsor real quick, and then we're gonna get on into this topic. So just ride with us for a minute. Listen, if you're here checking us out, drop us a comment, let us know you're here. Definitely like, share, and subscribe out the show. Let's say we're trying to grow the platform. So any shares or likes or anything of that nature, any mentions, any of that, any tags, like I said, just help us grow this platform as we, continue to move this thing forward. So let's hit these sponsors real quick, and then we're going to get on into this topic for tonight. See if this is going to work tonight. There we go. Shout out to our sponsor for tonight, A War on Friendly Grounds. This is our own King Jaquil Martin's book right here, 5-star rated on Amazon. He also has the film that accompanies the book. That's been tearing up all the film festivals left and right, getting awards left and right. Let's say the blessings have been crazy. So definitely go support this brother, A War on Friendlygrounds.com, A War on Friendly Grounds with an S.com. And let's see, you also can grab that off Amazon as well. All right, so
we had 26 of them things, Quay. We had 26 of them things. Gang, gang. You heard?
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
And can I get a couple of boom, 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 boom? Give me a couple of them on the backside. It just feels so good when I hear the bomb drop. We just released Twitter Fingers, and it's already been selected, and it's already won its first film festival already too. So we got 2 award-winning films. We got a 5-star rated book, and I just got a new. Watch this, Quay. Watch this, Quay. They ain't ready. They're not ready. Bam! Toastmasters Award for being the greatest speaker out there. You feel me? We out here putting in work. We getting work.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. Congratulations, man. Shout out to Toastmasters as well. Let's say shout out to Corinne also for joining. We appreciate you coming on, Corinne.
And Corinne do my PR. That's the greatest PR team ever. Pisani Publishing. Shout out to Biddy Bop. You know what I'm saying? Her daughter doing big things. Her daughter song is the main song of my film. So she finna blow up too. Deja, what up, girl? It was just your birthday. Shout out to you, boo. Yeah, thank you for that fire new TikTok song for the new TikTok movie. Twitter Fingers. We doing it like that. Yeet.
Now hold on, I gotta throw a little shade now, man. So if I remember from one of the previous episodes, Corinne said you wasn't letting her get busy in the meetings like you supposed to, man. Is that still the case, man? You letting her do what she gotta do, man?
No, what Corinne was trying to tell you is I'm so proficient that she doesn't have to do the meetings for me because I know how to do it. You feel me? And if you know how to do it, you can make it do what it do, and she can relax while I do what I do. You heard?
There it is. All right, shout out to that.
Yeah, and shout out to Charles's great beard. You feel me? Shout out to the perm beard. Hey, he can belong on an S-curl box right there with the beard right there. You know what I'm saying? With some Murray's grease, old school. Put some African pride on it so it can grow. I'm talking about the African pride with the seeds in it, or the blue magic so it smell good. You feel me? Shout out to Peter. Gang, gang, gang.
Steve Prince, get your boy, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. How y'all doing?
Doing good. I said you are looking a little crispy over there, man. You
Yeah, yeah. He got that olive oil on top of his scalp. It's glowing as the water glistened all over your body.
Let me get into this, man. All right. So we got a topic for tonight. This thing we gonna see what happens. So we got a topic for tonight. The topic for tonight is what are we teaching these kids? So that's the topic for tonight. What are we teaching these kids? So I got some context for this one that I want to kick this off with. Let's just shout out to Greg Wilson for this content. But I'm gonna kick this off. So let me get this up on the screen so everybody can see this. I might have to read it, but it's a little small. We'll see if we can get it up here. All right. So I'm gonna try to blow this up a little bit. And I'll read it too. So this was a conversation between a father and his young son. The son is 17 years old. He asked his father, could he go on a date with a young lady from school? And this is the response, and I'm gonna flip it over so I can get this other image. This is the response that the father gave him. And I want y'all to listen to this response, and we're gonna talk about this. So the father said, "That's fine." He said, "I want you home absolutely no later than 7:30. Public places only, no homes, no private rooms, no nakedness." He said, I think it's basically present yourself as a gentleman, respectful and polite. He said, open doors, offer to pay for everything. And then he said, listen way, way more than you speak. She's the boss. You're simply honored she chose to spend time with your goofy butt. That's basically what he's saying. Your job is to be chivalrous, courteous, and kind while simultaneously being protective and strong. You're a man, but moreover, you're my son. Conduct yourself accordingly. All right, so I'm gonna leave that up for a minute, just so you guys can see that. So the topic for today is, what are we teaching these kids? Now, I don't know. Let me start it this way. So you guys heard that. So I just read it out. Give me your initial thoughts on what you just heard. So that's advice from the father to the son as he tries to go on a date with a young lady, a date at that with a young lady. So give me your thoughts on what you just heard.
So first off, it's the love you papa for me. Okay, it's the love you papa for me that brings it all in. Because can we talk about? I mean, what I mean is, I just feel like there's obviously a certain type of relationship that this gentleman has with his son, because he asked the way he asked and the conversation that he had with him. And he said yes, sir. And I'm not saying we have to do the yes, sir, yes, ma'am thing. See, Prince, I know how you feel about that. But I also wasn't raised to really do that either. I didn't really do that. But it just established a certain amount of respect that exists between the two of them and their relationship. And that's important to note, right? Like, that's important to note because that's what he's trying to instill into this young man, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I would have maybe chosen some different language. I probably wouldn't have called him a goofy ass. But see, I don't know their relationship. They might have this kind of type of relationship. But I as a whole, the general spirit behind this conversation and what he told his son, I agree with. There are some points in there where I'm like, maybe you could have said that differently, or maybe I wouldn't go that far, but I agree with the general, consensus of this response to his son. I agree with it. The only thing I would say on the flip side, and it's the same thing I said when I saw this post, because I also saw this post, was I just hope that the young lady that he's taking out can appreciate the way that this man is telling his son to present himself. Like, I hope she's also respectful. I hope someone has also given her the talk. I hope that she can appreciate the fact that he's telling this young man to open doors. He's telling him to, be courteous and kind and offer to pay for things. He's telling him to let her be the boss, which in my head, I heard let her kind of take the lead on what you guys are going to kind of take the lead on the flow. But at the same time, she needs to be receptive to all of that, right? My concern is some, not all of the young women that I have come across that would be in his age group, they are of the generation where, you got the Nicki Minaj's and the city girls and like that kind of mentality. And, a dude like this, they might not receive properly, and that would be my thing. Like, young lady, you need to carry yourself a certain way too, because I have 2 sons and I'm not going to be telling my son all of this so he can go out there and I'm sorry, scallywag. So he can go out there and have some scallywag taking advantage of him because I'm telling him to be respectful and be kind and be, courteous and pay for things. And then you got, somebody on the receiving end that don't know how to appreciate nothing. So that would be my only, just my first and foremost, that's my reaction.
Steve Prince, what you think, man? So when you see this layout for the son right here, what you think about this, man?
I think it's some good advice, but we all been in that predicament. We got that talk from the fathers, what we should not do during the date, most of it we stick by, saying sometimes we be in the homes, we be in the private rooms, and sometimes it's the nakedness, because but as parents, we give them the best advice, and hopefully they follow the advice until they're able to make their own decisions. He's 17 years old, he's still learning himself, so he's giving advice to say, hey, I've done that with my son, I've done that with him, like with Los, with King down there, giving the best advice I possibly can. And hopefully they carry themselves in that way, because a lot of people don't understand. It's like we can tell our sons what to do, but they see us carrying ourselves in a different manner. They're not going to listen. So hopefully his father is carrying himself in a manner that reflects what he's saying, and then he's going to take that in, and carry himself in a manner. Because I learned from my father. You know what I'm saying? And I know how to treat women through my father, the good and the bad, but at the same time, it was more good. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. I feel that. Let me get a couple of these comments. Erica Arrington said, I think they have a great relationship. He is telling his son to respect women. I'm hoping that he shows his son this in his everyday actions also. Erica also said, but yes, I totally agree with Chloe as far as the young lady having someone teaching her how to be a lady, as well. And then I got a comment from Peter. Peter says, it sounded good overall, but the "you're simply honored" part sounds a little simpish training. His dad probably knows nothing about her. And I'm going to leave this comment up. I was waiting on you, Peter, my man. I was waiting on you. So I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I was waiting on Peter. That's my guy right here, Peter. So I'm gonna be honest. I got a couple problems with what I saw in the advice or the lesson from his father, which is why I wanted to do this topic tonight. Part of this, Peter mentioned in this comment. This part about, the son is simply honored. She chose to spend time with him. I have a little bit of a problem with that because I feel like that can be very dangerous, telling your son that he should feel honored, because somebody wants to spend some time with him. Yeah, what is that really saying to your son, right? So as men, our job is to, instill confidence in our sons. Our job is to show our sons what it means to lead. Our job, you know, is to show our sons to be men. So a statement like that, telling his son that he should feel honored that this young lady wants to go out with him or spend time with him, that's a little dangerous. So I have an issue with that. And the second thing I have an issue with is in the sentence where he says, listen way, way more than you speak. And then right under that, he says, she's the boss. I have a problem with that as well. Because once again, as a man, why would you be telling your son that a lady that he is going out with to, you know, on a little date or a little hangout, whatever you want to call it, he's 17 years old. So I guess we can call it a little date. Why are you telling your son that this young lady is the boss? Yep, and I see that even that statement, that's a little questionable, right? Because we have situations that are going on out here where we have issues that are existing between men and women. And I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 tonight, because this is one of them type of shows. We have a situation now that is taking place where we have a lot of young ladies who feel like they are bosses. So they're not stressing or they could care less about these dudes because they're a boss. Yep, I'm sure you guys have heard all the terms, the boss bees out here. We got ladies out here calling themselves boss bees, you know, because they little entrepreneurs and they got this going on and that they getting their own bags and all this. So dudes is beneath them at this point. You know, they bosses now, right? And then we have a situation where a father is telling his 17-year-old son that this young lady is the boss. And see, for me, that can be problematic, right? Because we know right now we have a lot of ladies who say that they're looking for men to lead them. They're looking for men to take charge. They're looking for men to protect and provide and all of these things. But if we have a situation where we possibly may be conditioning our young men to look at women as bosses, well, then this could cause a problem when these young men get older and it's now time for them to link up with the female, and he still has this she's the boss mindset going into his relationships. And now a young lady may look at him because some of his actions may align with this she's the boss mentality. And now ladies will look at him like, oh, this is not this alpha male. This is not this protector, this manly man that I'm looking for, because the whole time he's thinking from what his father told him. And like I said, this can be interpreted multiple ways, but there's a possibility that this young man could be thinking now that he's got to treat women like they're the boss, literally. So I think we got to be a little careful. There's a couple things in here, but I'm gonna stop right there. Go ahead, C Prince.
Okay, I don't think he meant it literally in the boss, because I said that.
Thank you, C Prince.
I don't think he mean that.
Thank
I think
you.
When he said honor, be honored, you know, I think we got to realize it's an honor that somebody wants to spend time with you and stuff. Like, he's not bound down to you or nothing like that. Because guess what? You got to respect anytime somebody want to give you something. Like, we forget that when we sleep with somebody, you got to be honored that that woman chose you to give you her body or something like that. So
speak on it.
It's just like, let's be honored at the time that she gives, because you don't want to waste time with nobody that don't respect your time. You know what I'm saying? And then when he said, hey, listen more than talk, you know what I'm saying? A woman's going to tell you what she wants if you listen. If you're too busy talking, you're not going to hear it. You see what I'm saying? You're going to lead you down the path. You go.
Ooh, you better
be with her. Understand that. And then when he says she's the boss, he don't mean literally the boss, because she can't tell you what to do and stuff. That means she's the boss in this situation that you don't know what it might lead to. You know, he's telling you not to be in no private places, no homes and stuff, but she might like say, forget that rule. We going over here and do what we do and stuff like that. So I don't think he means like boss, because we're talking about two different situations. You know, you got these women out here that act like they don't need nobody, but this woman want to be with you. So he's like, let her lead.
Yes.
Lead where you need to be at. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you listen and not talk, just let her take the lead, because guess what? I know there's many women been out there, they go without a dude, and the first thing to do is say, hey, when I'm gonna get that? And then we were like, now they all turned off because they didn't let them take the lead. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, women don't want to feel like they fast. I hate to say it like that, but if they take the lead and things materialize, guess what? They're more comfortable with it. But if they feel like they forced into a situation or expected to do and perform because this man, like, I took you out, I did this, you know, they guilt trip them out their panties. I hate to say it like that.
Thanks.
But at the same time, he gave his son some sound advice, you know. He should have been a pimp, you know what I'm saying, the way he gave that, because that was a smooth move, you know. Let her tell you what she needs. Listen to, you know what I'm saying? Listen, and she's gonna take you down that path. You know what I'm saying?
So see, Prince. So are you telling your son just to take note that she's the boss, or are you telling your son that, man?
I tell my son to listen to a woman and make sure because she gonna tell you everything she needs. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, she's in the boss in the situation. Check this out. This is what men fail to realize. We go to work and everything. Every day we go to work. When we come home, you know, same situation. You come home, you say, whose house is this? It ain't your house, it's her house. Same situation. You know what I'm saying? But we don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? We teaching our son to respect this woman, but guess what? This is somebody he's dating. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where it's going to go with it, so he got to be respectful. Now, if you go out there and make a bad name for yourself, guess what? There ain't going to be no more dates, you know, because women going to talk. That's the best advertisement if you put yourself out there, right? You know what I'm saying? The best advertisement is what you didn't get to lead to what you're going to get. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand that. So I think he told his son the best advice. You know,
no, I'm sorry, see, Prince, I thought you were.
Go ahead.
No, I think first of all, I agree with everything you say, see, Prince. Hello, drop a bomb for that, okay? Because
that is history.
But that's I know he didn't say everything he said. You know, it was right. It was spot on. But because I don't think he was going there. Like, I don't think that a man that also says you need to protect her, you need to, you know, I don't think that he's trying to tell his son to step into I don't think he's trying to tell him to be Ahab and let Jezebel have her way. Like, I don't think that's what he's trying to say. Like, I don't think he's trying to say you just bow to her and, you know, kiss the ground she walk on. I think that he's saying kind of follow her lead in this situation. Like C Prince was saying, like, if she's saying, you know, I don't feel comfortable with this, then okay, she don't feel comfortable. If she's saying she don't want to go here, then okay, she don't want to go. Don't force her to do nothing. Don't, you know, kind of take her lead. Let her kind of set the tone for that. Especially if this is like, you know, a new budding type of situation, where they just getting to know each other. Because I don't think that he would, if he's trying to tell him to, you know, or position him to be a simp, that he will also tell him you need to protect her. You know, you need to, you know, watch out for her and look out for her. Like, I don't think he would do that. So I feel like maybe he could have said that differently. Maybe it's not about a boss type of situation. Maybe it could have been, you know, follow her lead, you know, make sure she's comfortable. Maybe it just could have been the way he said it. Because when I've read it as in its entirety with the whole message, I didn't get that from it, right? Like, he was saying bow down to her. And I agree with C Prince. Like, I think when he's saying listen more than you speak, is because, you know, I mean, we like to talk. Women like to talk. But C Prince is right. If you let us talk long enough, we're going to tell you something you need to hear. Like, you just got to be listening. We might tell you exactly what we want. We might literally tell you exactly what we want from you or what we expect from you, but you got to be listening. You have to be listening and paying attention to what we say. Because we, you know, we really can be an open book. Like, you just got to be paying attention. We give you signals. We give you signs. We'll tell you things like, but yeah, I actually think he was giving his son some wise advice. Like, obviously you can take a couple of those statements that he made in a couple different directions, but I guess I'm looking at the response, the entire response. And so I don't think that he was, I don't think that's what I don't think a guy that wants his son to say yes, sir, no, sir, also wants his son to, follow around behind some girl, just like blindly. Like, I think that he's trying to teach his son something. And I just think it's respect,
Okay, let me get this. Let me throw this comment up real quick. See, Prince, I'll let you roll. Peter said, I see both views, but nowadays, I believe the scale tips more. My man, I believe the scale tips more towards Quay. Plus women want to be led. They don't want to plan dates. I can feel that. Go ahead, C Prince. What you want to say, man?
Listen, you know what? This is funny because when we go out, let's say we meet a woman, right? We get the number and stuff like that. We call her back. We plan. We're like, hey, you want to go out? What's up? You know what I'm saying? We try to get our little smooth moves on the voice on the phone. Then we plan a date, right? Then it don't always go out how it planned because we might go to the place is full and stuff. So we got to make alterations and stuff. We got to move on the fly, right? But at the same time, when that happens, the first thing we do, we look like, where do you want to go? We asked her where she want to go. You see what I'm saying? So they want to be led. So guess what? If we're asking where she want to go, that don't seem like we leading, do it? We're asking her where she like to go. I'm asking because you asked, that we're asking her where she want to go, or we wouldn't ask that question. We just go to where we're going, and she gonna shut up. You see what I'm saying?
Hold on.
Question, C Prince. Yes, you
on
it tonight.
Now, according to what this father told his son, he said you are to be courteous and kind. So is that not courteous and kind to ask the young lady where would she like to go?
No, but Peter said we want to lead them. That's what he said. His comment.
He said
they want to be led.
No.
So we leading.
But he specifically said they don't want to plan dates.
But he said, okay, hold on.
They don't want to plan dates.
Hold on. Okay.
Wait, don't fall into it. Don't fall into it.
You got to fall into it.
No, I'm about to go. No, I'm about to go there.
Okay.
Wait.
We can go. I'm ready. I stay ready.
Don't do it, Quay. Don't do it, Quay. Don't do it, Quay.
Because listen here. This is what we got to understand is this. In a relationship, you got that passive leadership sometimes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people understand you don't have to lead all the time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to passive. And guess what? Sometimes you got to make that woman feel like she's important enough to lead. Understand this. That's the biggest problem with men, understand this. They leading now, but you really lead because you let them lead. A great leader will follow sometimes. A lot of people don't understand that. A great leader will follow.
Yes. Let them know. Let them know because submission, this is the thing I think people don't understand, like about leadership and submission, right? Especially in any type of male-female relationship. Like it takes both people have to be willing to submit, right? Both people, because it's not that the man is always going to be leading. And it's not that the woman is always going to be in a subservient, not that true submission is that anyway, ladies. True submission is not subservient. But not that a woman is always going to be on the bottom all the time and a man's always going to be on the top. A true relationship where there's leadership and submission means that they both know when they have to submit, right? Like there's going to be times where a man's going to be like, you know what, I'm going to let you have this one because I don't really know. Or, even in a relationship where a man might say, I handle all of this, but I let her handle all of that because she's just better at this than I am. It's just one of those types of things where you're supposed to be balancing each other's out. So that means there's going to be some times where you're going to take a step back. It doesn't make you any less of a leader. It doesn't make you a simp. It doesn't make you, but you are recognizing as a good leader that, you know what, this one's on her. I'm going to let her have this one and I'm going to step back this time. And then next time she may have to step back and allow you to lead how you're supposed to lead. And it's give and take. That's how it is. So I would hope, I don't know this man, I don't know his son, but I would hope that he's trying to teach his son how to know when to step up. I think that's why he said protect her, but at the same time, be kind and courteous, right? So there's a balance that I would hope that he's trying to communicate by saying both things. Like you gotta be kind, but at the same time, you can't be no punk because you gotta be able to protect her too. So like you can't, I think he's trying to say don't be a punk, but then at the same time, don't be too aggressive. So I think that's, and I hate to say it, it's a lot. And actually reading that response, I started to feel, for me, I started to feel what it might feel like for you guys, right? Like that's tough. Like when he read down that whole list, I'm like, wow, dudes got to do all of that though. Y'all got to be kind, but courteous, but y'all got to be protective. Y'all got to, we open up doors, offer to pay for things, but let her leave, but don't let her walk on. Like it's a lot that goes into that. So I'm reading it like, dang, that's a lot. But that is, I hate to say it, but that is, as women, what we expect from you guys. So that is a lot. I think he was just basically preparing his son for reality.
Let me catch these comments real quick. Then I got a question. So Peter dropped a comment. He said, I'm talking about the first date. Nowadays, when a woman wants to say we are going here, it's either because he doesn't know where to go or she wants to go on a foodie date. Okay. I can feel that. Yeah, that stuff is definitely a little different these days, Peter, for sure.
What's wrong with a foodie day, Peter? I'm sorry. You said you had a question.
No, you good. I got a question for the ladies. I said we got some viewers on here right now. So any ladies down in the comments, I said on the panel as well, Chloe, if you want to grab this question. What is the talk that the young ladies get when they're stepping out on a little date? So we see the talk that the fellas got to get, right? So they got to, hey, you got to be respectful. You got to be this. You got to be. So basically, once again, we got this list for the dudes that they have to abide by when they step out on the first date, right? We got this list of requirements that he got to meet, or a list of responsibilities, basically, when he steps out on this date. So what is the conversation from the mama to the daughter when it's time to step out, with a little young fella on a date? Like, what does that sound like? Or does that even happen? And anybody can grab that. Any of the females, I'm just curious.
I think it's different. It was different for me. I would want to see what some of the other women say, what some of the other ladies say. It was different for me because I didn't have like any one particular conversation. For me, my training on how to be feminine, on how to be a lady, on how to carry myself and present myself was more action-based. Like it was, it was patterned for me, like by my mom. She would often, show me things and say, this is how a lady does this, or this is how a lady does that, or you know what I mean? Like she would show me. It was always action-based. This is how I knew how to do certain things around the home early. Like it's how I knew how to respect myself and how to carry myself when I'm in the presence of dudes. Like it was more of a training. I won't say it was like one particular conversation. It was more of a training, a series of trainings for different scenarios. So that was my experience. Y'all don't want to hear the talk that my dad gave me, so I'm not gonna share it. Y'all don't want to hear it. Yeah, that ain't worth even mentioning, y'all.
Okay. Let's see. Erica Arrington, she dropped the comment. She said, make sure you have some money just in case his butt don't have it.
I forgot about that one, Erica. Yes. That was told to me. Yes.
Wait a minute.
That's the only thing that was like specifically said was always have something just in case.
I'm gonna tell you that. I got a daughter. That's the talk right there.
Yes,
You better not give up them goods. So that was the truth. Look, they try to be nice with it. Well, I told my daughter, listen here, let you be a minute late if you want to, because I'm gonna pound him. So he better not even stop. You better keep on going. You know what I'm saying? Daughter's conversation is a whole different conversation.
Wait a minute. So okay, hold on. So looking at this comment, make sure you have some money just in case his butt don't have it. So
we give them that money. We here take these dollars.
Yes, they do. They give you
don't have the money.
Yes, they do.
Yes, we do.
Yes, they do.
Wait. So was the mamas and the daddies? Was they doubting the fella right out the gate? They ain't never even met the fella?
Yes.
You think this is a game?
See what I'm talking about? See, fellas, they can't even get a break.
Right here tonight, see, Brent.
Yeah.
Let me get this comment. Let's see, Shirley Ann Montgomery. She said, "Have your own money." Okay, this is the conversation to the young lady. Have your own money. Keep your phone charged, and let me know your location at all times. No means no. Stay respectful towards him, and he knows to remain respectful towards you. That's a good one. Set up timelines for things to happen. He has to get the father's approval. Okay.
For a date, Shirley, you want him to get the father's approval for a date?
Hey, Shirley Ann ain't playing with him out here.
What do I know?
Look, I'm gonna be honest. Like, shoot, when my daughter was dating, she used to have this fool come over with his pants down and stuff. So I'm like, okay, tell you pull the pants up. So you don't want to pull your pants off. So I'm gonna go get in my boxers. Next time I see him, come walk in his house, sit there, cock my legs open, look at him like, "What up, dog? You feel uncomfortable? I feel uncomfortable with you walking in my house, your pants down." You see what I'm saying?
Oh, man. Hard on these young fellas. Shirley Ann said, absolutely. I wish I had that during my time. Yeah, no, like I said, I was just curious because I said I rarely hear about, what the young ladies are told. Like I said, it's typically what the guy is told, right? Let's say, because at the end of the day, guys at all steps or all, positions in their life have to or given these list of responsibilities that they have to abide by, right? So they got a list when they go on the first date. They got to be this, they got to be that, they got to be this, got to be that. Then when they get to the point where, they're looking for a significant other, they got to meet the list. They got to be 6'1", they got to have a 401k, they got to have a house, they got to have this, they got to have a summer house, they got to have a saving. So it's always this list for the guys of things that they have to have. But I rarely hear that for the young ladies. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I rarely hear that for the young ladies. Go ahead, C Prince.
But now, I watch one of my partners now. The conversation has changed for this generation. Now they give it a mace, they give it them knives. You know what I'm saying? Just in case, you got to protect yourself. They ain't worried about him not paying for the meal. Now they tell him, just in case you have to protect yourself, you need these things. The conversation has changed now because now you got to think about it. Most of these young men nowadays are not being courteous, not being kind, not being respectful. They're being forceful, aggressive, and abusive. So they might present themselves a way when, oh yes sir, no sir. As soon as you shut the door to get in the car, they try to smack, bully your daughter and stuff, and they got to defend themselves. I'm not saying it, and I'm not gonna say it's just the men, because some of these women are just as bad as some of these men. So I'm not gonna sit there and just put it on the men.
Wait, hold on. Say that again, C Prince. I missed that part. What you say?
I said some of these women are just as bad as these men. That's what I said. Because you know what? Abuse is abuse, male or female. And a lot of people understand that, and right now, this generation, and everybody gonna say, well, we gotta raise them. Right. How, you gotta think about it. If we raise them and then they choose their own path, guess what? Whose fault is it? Because guess what? It's not what they're learning, it's who's receiving it and how they take it. And a lot of people don't understand that. You always want to put the responsibilities on the parents. They keep them in church and at home, they're respectful and all this stuff. They keep them in the right path. And as soon as they leave your door, they turn into something that you don't know. And then they come back home and nobody's telling you, whose fault is it? It ain't your fault. When they come around, they present a different way. But out in the streets, they different. You see what I'm saying?
I feel that. I feel that. Let me get some of these comments. Let's see. Shirley Ann Montgomery, she says standards are established from the beginning. So I agree with that, Shirley Ann. Erica Arrington saying you have to doubt them. She's talking about the men. So you have to doubt the men. But see, when I went on dates as a teenager, my parents definitely met them, and my dad had a whole private conversation with the guy. Heck, even as I was an adult, my dad pulled them aside. Shout out to your dad for that. Yeah, shout out to your dad for having an active role in making sure or checking out, you know, who you were spending your time with, who was going to be around his daughter. So no, shout out to your dad for that. Shirley Ann Montgomery said, we've lost standards. We need to teach our children to date with intention.
Ding, 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 ding.
And that's the big one. Let me bomb drop on that.
Ding, 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 ding. I mean, just being honest, to even further that comment, like I didn't date as a teenager. I didn't date as a teenager because I was taught, first of all, guys, this is a whole thing. You got to watch my last video to understand my life. Like you got to watch the video that my husband and I did on Monday about cults versus religion so that you can understand why I'm saying what I'm saying about my life right now. But I was not allowed to date as a teenager. Like I was not allowed to date as a teenager. So by the time I started dating, and part of it was because I was taught to date with intention. So at 16, you're not about to marry nobody. So boop, sit your butt down. You can't date. So by the time I started dating, I was an adult. Okay. So like, no, I wasn't asking my daddy for permission to date at that point. Although my dad met the man who I was seriously dating anyway, you know, because that was gonna happen, you know, but yeah, no, I wasn't. But I agree that we do have to teach our children to date with intention, because I think if we did that, a better job at that, then maybe we wouldn't have as many young women, you know, getting themselves in situations when they're really young or falling for guys and kind of getting taken advantage of. I think that we wouldn't have that if we taught them that, you know, dating is fun. I'm not saying it's not, but just dating for fun is empty. There's no purpose there. And really, why waste your time or his doing that? Like, you don't need that experience. That frivolous experience is not going to do anything for you, but start to unfortunately build up a line of, you know, I don't like to say this, but bodies for you. And it's just unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not do it. Let's not do it. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I agree with Shirley, and I'm just all I'm saying.
Okay, now I ain't mad at that. Let me get a couple of these comments, then we'll let Steve Prince go. Let's see. Eric Arrington said every guy was definitely respectful. My dad probably showed them his gun. He didn't show him the heat, did he, Eric?
Hey.
He's a police officer. Okay, sometimes ain't nothing wrong with a little threat. You know, just let cats know you're serious. Let's see. Peter said the list usually gets longer the older a lady gets. Yeah, Peter. The older the lady gets, man, the longer the list gets for you as the man. That's funny how that works. That's a whole nother show.
Act like y'all ain't got no list.
A whole nother show, Peter. A whole nother show. And let's just see. Shirley Ann said, I should have and could have done better in this area of my children. Life is serious and has purpose. And that's facts. That's facts right there. Go ahead, C. Prince. You want to say something, man?
Yeah, I was thinking, like, you know, to this day, my kids bring they significant other to meet us before they go any further. So I'm that's how I raised them. So, but I'm saying like this, I'm thinking like we gotta understand if we don't teach these young people, you know, we gotta get them back into dating and not, you know what I'm saying, everybody wants to be the queen bee, the rapper and all that stuff. You gotta think about that, and you know, it's good music. It used to be, but now it's a negative music because now it's defining what you are. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't chasing money, you ain't got the big booty woman and stuff like this, just, you know what I'm saying? So young kids are looking at this lifestyle from an early age, and as they grow up, into teenagers and young men, that's what they articulate to be. They want to be these things, like I used to want to be Jim Brown and Walter Payton with a Jerry curl and all that stuff. All them. I used to want to be a football player. That didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? But I became a productive member of society. But now these kids want to be rappers and thugs and stuff. Because the other day I went into a Caribbean restaurant. I'm ordering the jerk chicken. So I got that. So I stepped to the side, but I want this drink. And I said, hey, how much this drink cost? The young man said, did I interrupt you? I said, huh? You ain't even talking to this lady. You know what I'm saying? So I said, and I said, here's $1. He said, what'd I say? He looking at me like he want to do damage to me. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna let this kid live for a second. But like I said, this respect thing that these young people have on their shoulder, they don't know what respect is because they don't respect themselves. And that's what we got to teach them how to respect themselves. How can they teach their kids to respect anybody else? And they can't even look themselves in the mirror and say they respect themselves or the women they with. You know what I'm saying? Because if they did, they stopped chasing the other woman or something like that. But, we just got to get these kids back right.
I feel that. Let me, we got a couple more comments. I'm going to have to jump on this comment right here. So Erica Arrington says, oh, yes, the list gets longer because as we get older, we know what we want.
Yes.
Erica, I got a question.
That's true.
I got a problem with that one.
Erica, I still don't think. Oh, and she threw in the second piece, and basically what y'all don't want. So, Eric, I got a problem with this. Do y'all ever truly know what y'all want? Yeah, you saying as y'all get older, y'all know what y'all want. Even when y'all get older, y'all still don't know what y'all want. Yeah,
okay.
Hold on. Los has brought that up.
Okay.
I know he's made the example of the going out to get dinner. Get that example of going out to get something to eat, Los, with these ladies not knowing.
Which one to go eat then? What's on your mind? It don't matter. Whatever you want to go get. All right, cool. I got you. You know what? We can go to name a restaurant, Quay.
Applebee's.
We're going to Applebee's. No, I don't want that. I thought you said we could just choose somebody, just choose something else, and I got you. Okay. We're gonna go get some pizza. I gotta watch. Let's go get some fish. I really ain't in the mood for fit. You want sushi? Nah, not sushi. What do you want? Whatever you take. Babe, can you just let me know what you want to go get so we can go get what you want? Because every time I choose something, you sure that ain't what you want. No, you got it this time, I promise. All right, cool. So we going now. See, you playing with my religion right now. Because you about to make me lose my mind because I'm trying to make sure I can get you what you want. But you don't know what you want. You want me to just listen? Okay, I'm going to listen to you. Why ain't you saying nothing? Because you told me that you want me to listen. Oh, so you really ain't listening because you ain't responding. Ooh. Can I help you with this problem? See, no, I don't want you to help me. I just wanted you to listen. You don't want me. You want me to listen and I'm be quiet. But then when I speak, I ain't listening. And then when I try to fix it, you can do it yourself. But when you can do it yourself, you want me to fix it. Okay, I understand. I got you, love. I got you.
Just need to listen. I mean, y'all just need to listen better. See, wait a minute. Y'all not listening right now. Y'all not listening right now.
You sit on a throne of lies.
You need to listen. So just like that gentleman just told his son to listen way more than he speaks, y'all need to listen.
Hey, what you want to do?
Okay, so I'm not gonna sit up and tell you that there are never a time where women don't know what they want. Like I've been the one who hasn't known what I want to eat, so I'm not gonna tell you that that's not a real thing. I'm just simply saying that y'all have to listen. In the beginning, a woman might not know what she wants. Like, I'll be honest, like when we don't always know all the things that we want. I mean, but can you guys really honestly say that when you first started dating,
bias.
that you know exactly what you want. You're gonna sit here and tell me that when y'all first start dating, y'all know exactly. No, you don't, because
Yes,
most
you do.
men don't even know themselves.
You don't get to tell us what we want.
Know yourselves.
You don't get to speak for us.
Don't know
You
yourselves.
don't get to speak for us.
But y'all don't get to speak for us.
We not. You just don't speak for yourself.
You did a whole analogy.
No, I didn't. I brought up an analogy. I brought up an analogy of saying, "Hey, what you want to eat, love?" I don't know. You tell me.
That's
so
not
then
a
when
woman
we tell
knowing
you
herself and knowing what she wants.
when we tell you what we going, you say you don't want that.
Listen,
when we go to the mall, we go get clothes. When we go shopping, and we go in, we know exactly what outfit we want to get. Y'all got to go on through every single outfit that you know you don't want in the first place anyway, just to find what you don't want and say, man, I should have got what I did want.
Because you never know. You have to try those things out sometimes.
Hold on.
Something on the rack don't necessarily look the same on your body.
Let me give y'all some good advice.
That's like trying to compare a man and a woman shopping is like apples and oranges. It's so not even the same thing. So just like trying to use an example of us going out to eat and not wanting what we want, not knowing what we want to eat. Like, how about you guys just decide? Like, my husband asked me, like, there are times when my husband is like, well, what you want to eat? This is before he's even told me anything. Now, he ain't made no suggestions yet. We get in the car, he's like, well, where you want to go? Now, I give him a little bit more leeway because I have a food allergy, right? Yeah. So a lot of times he's asking me because he's like, you have the food allergy, so you should maybe pick the place. So I get why he's asking me that. However, we have probably about 5 places where we eat. So you really could be like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Like, and I don't want that. I don't want that. That ain't what I want. We can't eat nowhere else.
I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that.
Nah, there's a little bit of cat gang going right now because what's happening is y'all trying to act like
I got
this is just a female issue, but it's not.
I got
y'all capping as women.
I got you.
No,
I got you.
Go ahead,
let me tell you this.
Go ahead, Steve Prince. Go ahead, man.
Let me tell you like this. If I'm picking up and I say, hey, on the phone, I say, hey, what you like to eat? And she say, I don't know. I said, okay. I'm still coming at 7:30. I'm coming to pick you up. She get in the car and she says, I don't know. I don't ask her no more. I'm like, okay, right. I'm just going to go where I think I want to eat and get out the car. You know what I'm saying? Now, if she's hungry, she's going to get her ass out the car. Most likely she'll get her ass out the car. Okay. Guess what? I gave her the opportunity to choose. But since she don't know, I'm hungry. I ain't got time to wait for you. I don't know and forget where you want to eat syndrome to pick out. I'm gonna take you to where I think we'll eat. We're gonna enjoy ourselves and stuff. I'm gonna pay the meal.
And guess what, C Prince? I'm gonna get out the car and I'm gonna go eat.
How many times have they said, well, that ain't what I want? I ain't got a taste for that.
Ain't my problem. You should open your mouth. We got here. We gonna eat. We gonna eat.
I said was, but there's a lot of caparoonie going on, especially when we pick all these different restaurants and y'all be like, no, try again.
That's your first problem. You should just take her.
No, I'm saying even when you choose, even when you make a choice.
Listen to this.
I'm trying to watch on the diet. I don't want to eat this today. I'm trying to.
Right, Erica. You know what I like, right, Erica? Yeah. That's right.
But think about this.
That's right. Exactly.
Good, Erica, you lying. That's why you ain't came on the show.
Erica. Thank you so much. Because they know they lying. They know they don't always know what they want, where they want to go, what they want to do. I mean, to be honest, I'm gonna say this. It's not that men don't know what they want. I won't say that, but I truly feel this way. Both men and women, both men and women struggle at the very beginning because women do need to take the time to learn more about themselves. I agree, they do. But men also need to take the time to learn how to lead and to understand, who they are, so that when a woman comes into their situation, that they know what to do with her and they know how to lead her. So come on now. You're not going to just put it on the women. Yes, women need to understand who they are. I agree. Women need to take the time to understand who they are. But dude, you got some work to do. You need to go run off and learn how to lead properly so that when that woman presents herself to you, you are ready for her. Because a lot of times, I'm just going to say this, like dudes don't have no kind of direction when they get with a woman.
Huh?
Dudes don't, a lot of times, and I'm not speaking for every single man in the world because I don't know every single man, but a lot of times dudes don't have it all figured out. They do not always have a direction for their lives or direction for themselves. Sometimes they have to get put in. You can look at me like that all you want, but trust me, it's a fact. They do not always know. I'm talking about King. They do not always know, have a clear-cut direction for their lives. They do not always know what they want or what direction they heading in. And I hate to say it, but that's why with men, that's why you have a compliment, right? It is not good for man to be alone. I'm going to give him a companion, right? This is why we're your helpmate. This is why we are your, some people say better half, but that is why, because we balance you guys out just like you guys balance us out. You guys do not always know or have a direction. And as a man, you need to go off and get that. You need to go off and figure out what that is. You need to go off and figure out what that's going to be because you don't have that. So then this woman comes to you, and to be completely honest, you're not completely ready for her either. Maybe she's not ready. She's still figuring herself out, but you're not completely ready for her either. So I'm not trying to hear that. Miss me with all of that. It's just women.
Dang, what was that about?
It's like, y'all gonna miss me. Y'all not gonna do that today. You're not gonna do that today.
I just want to make sure you got it all out. Did you get it all out?
You're not gonna do that today.
Did you get it all out?
Just lies.
Did you get it all out?
I'll wait. I'll see when you respond.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Because not one time on this show did we ever say we had it all together. Not one.
Okay, so talk about it.
No. I'll let you do your little rant. I'll let you do your little thing and all that. Not one time during this show did a man get over here and say, we know everything. We got all the directions. We got it all figured out. You did that. That was your rant. Nobody made that claim, and this was all recorded. So we can have the playback and go back through it, and you can tell me if Quay said, hey, us men, we got it all figured out. Charles said, we know everything. That I said that we know everything. I never said that not one time. What we was talking about, which became the deflection to men, was food. And we gave a couple examples of when y'all didn't know what you wanted. We never said that we had it all together. Not once. We gave an example. And then what you did was you changed the narrative and said, I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you how. What we was talking about was food.
Thank you. Thank you, Erica. Thank you.
Wait. What we said was food.
See, it's some real capital going on.
Clothes. What we said was when we go out to eat, those were examples. We never not one time said that we had all our stuff together. We never not one time said that some y'all ain't a great helpmate and that y'all don't balance us out. We never said that at all. Not once.
Okay, but but let me go ahead and read you right quick. So what happened was, let the record show, what happened was how we got on the example of the food was because your friend Quay pulled you in and set you up real nice. What happened was the comment that started you getting on the example was the fact that women, y'all don't know what y'all want. And he was like, King gives a great example of that. And then you came in, because y'all do that thing where, y'all be tit-tat and everything. So you come in and you run your example down, and that's how it happened. Okay, so no, you did not say that y'all have it all figured out. But what you did say that women don't. So you're not gonna say
what I said was you don't know what you want when it comes to food.
It's not what you said. It's not what you
I said. I clearly said
not
food.
What you said. It's what you
clearly said food because I went into the examples of.
Now you just talked about my rant, so now I'm gonna finish. It's not what you said.
Into the example of food.
It's what you
That was the first
did.
example I
Now
gave
you
you.
need to. Now you got to hear me, right? It's
Okay.
not what you said. It's
100%
what you
what it said.
didn't say. What you
100% what it
didn't say.
It's
You
recorded.
you did not say. I agree. You did not say that guys have it all figured out. That's true. But what you did say was that women don't. So my only
never said
point,
that. I never said that.
only
I
point,
never said that.
I'm sorry. This was a collective. This was a
I never said that.
collective. A collect. I'm not saying you said it. This was a collective response. I'm not saying King said it out of his mouth. This is a collective response. Was that women don't know what they want, and you did provide an example of that by using food. So we're gonna let the record show. We're gonna let the record show. So what you did say was women, not you personally, but a collective effort. The women don't know what they want. But what you left out and you didn't say, now you're agreeing to it because I brought it up, was that men also don't know what they want.
We wasn't talking about men though during that time frame. We wasn't talking about men. We was talking about women. The subject was women and food. The subject was women. It wasn't about that. We weren't discussing men right then and there. We was discussing women. The conversation was,
but you tap dancing all around this.
I didn't tap dance on nothing. I ain't changed nothing. I ain't changed my word. I never said not one time.
You Gregory Hines right now.
Not at all. You want to be right now.
Wow. You know what happened.
All right. We go.
No. I'm good. Wait. What I said was very clear. I gave an example of situations where women don't know what they want. I never said that a woman never completes a man. I never said a woman don't have her own identity. I never said anything. I gave examples in time frames, in space, where you don't know what you want to eat, when you don't know what you want to buy, when you don't know all these certain things. That's fine. That was the example because the subject was women. Now, if you want to do the whole pie, which is a different conversation, bringing what men don't know, then we just changed the narrative and we brought men into it because the subject was.
We changed the narrative by talking about what women don't know what they want. That was a narrative.
That was what Quay said in the beginning. You do realize that, right? That's what Quay said in the beginning.
And that was a narrative change right there.
Hey, I got a question.
Yes.
I got a question. This is the only question I got because we're gonna change this, but it's funny. They always talk about that list. These women always talk about that list, how it always expanded. My question to these women is, how many of these men you with completed that list? Because y'all always took that list. I guarantee you that list still exists because that man he's not on that list. The man you with is not on that list.
There it is. They might get quiet on that one, man. They might get quiet on this, T-Print.
I'm not gonna say nothing else because y'all listen. I'm not gonna say nothing else because I'm not gonna be stuck out here by myself. Just me and Erica. I'm not gonna be left out here on the tree.
This for Los right here. Shirley Ann said, "I taught you better. You must have been listening to Charles."
Ooh.
Cheap shots won't work. That's like me being sneaky and said I had to learn from Charles because you wouldn't teach me right then and there, so Charles had to teach me.
Oh man, see, there it is. Yeah, she said you're right about that list, C Prince. You're right about that list. Yeah, like I said, this is a interesting conversation. Interesting conversation. I said, I think just based on some of the things that just transpired, I think we really do got to be aware of what we are teaching these kids. Yeah, but I said just based on a couple things that just transpired, even the whole conversation around the meals and what are we going to eat. I don't know, ladies. Can y'all help the young ladies to know what they want to eat? Is that something that y'all can help the young ladies work on?
They don't know what they want to eat. Still.
No, but okay, and I mean this in a real, like for real. Like, I know that we can be difficult about that. Like, I'm admitting that we can be difficult about that. And King, you're not wrong. We can definitely be difficult about that. I've literally been in situations where this has been a problem. So I know that is true. But honestly, guys, like, I think that, I don't know, I know we might act like that, but we really do want you guys to take the reins at times. We really do. We really do. Like, we really do. We don't. I'll be honest, we don't always know. I know I was messing with y'all, but we don't always know what we want. Like, we don't. Like, so sometimes we really do need you guys to just make a decision.
True.
Like, sometimes we just need y'all to make a decision. I think as far as what can we help the young ladies with, I think that first of all, we need to teach our young ladies and our young men to have more grace for each other. Like, have more grace. Like, nobody has it figured out. Women, we don't come with it all figured out. Okay, guys, we can't expect our men to come with it all figured out. The truth is, none of us comes with it all figured out. Like, we just don't. So I think that we need to understand that women have a little bit more grace, maybe relax a few of the things on your list and have a little bit more grace for him. And maybe he can have a little bit more grace for you. Like, let's teach our young girls that the stuff that they see on TV is one thing, is expectation versus reality. That stuff is not real. It's not real. We need to teach our girls to be more realistic. If you're not perfect, baby, then stop looking for the perfect guy. Like, it's not real. It's not reality. And I mean, for me, I think those are the two biggest things. I mean, look at us as adults. We still are going back and forth about this stuff. So I think that we should start when we're younger, like, and teach them like grace, and teach them that stop looking for a perfect dude. Stop looking for, stop looking for Will Smith, boo, because guess what? He ain't perfect. Like, stop looking for Jada, because guess what? She ain't perfect. Like, these some messed up people. So, like, let's just realize that we all got something on us and got something with us, and let's try to have more grace for each other, and patience with each other. Men, give us time to grow and understand what we want, because you're right, we don't always know. And women, give the man is not coming up out of high school with a $250,000 job. He ain't coming out of college with a $250,000 job. Like, he's just not. Like, give that man time to grow and figure out what he actually really want to do with his life and get direction. Because I promise you, if you give him that time, to do that, and you go, while he's doing that, you go figure out what it is that you want, then y'all can come back together and be successful together.
Facts. Go ahead, C Prince.
Now these young kids, these 17-year-olds and 14-year-olds, they're going out to eat. I went to a hibachi grill. I watched this 17-year-old boy come with his girlfriend. They spent like $150 over there for hibachi. I'm like, whew, I'm glad I didn't have to go through that when I was that age, because when I was that age, you ate at home. You brought your girlfriend home, or you went to their home, because the parents wasn't letting y'all go to no restaurant, spend no money. They want to know who you with and how you're going to act, or how she's going to act around the family. Even though it wasn't that serious, because teenage love is not that serious, they still want to have who's in your life mentality. So they make you come home with it. You see what I'm saying? And the statement that sometimes these kids ain't making that money, shoot, you seen some of these kids, Instagram, 14, 15, they sit with 50 stacks, 100 stacks, because they're out in them streets. So these kids in high school are getting some money. You know what I'm saying? So, I had one kid tell me, like, man, hey, 7-Eleven, he pulling them. I'm like, oh, shoot. I should have been young. I robbed him. Because they coming out to school with their money. So these young women are being introduced to money and how to be disrespectful at an alarming rate, because these young kids are getting money. Some of these kids make more money than their parents nowadays off of being influencers and stuff like that. This is real. We didn't teach them the value of money. So if they don't have the value of money, they don't have a value of self. We just compounding problems on top of problems. And that's what's going on with our generation, or with that generation.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that, man. And just to, piggyback off your point, I know you were saying that they haven't been taught the value of money. But at the same time, they don't, in addition to them not being taught the value of money, they don't value money. Yep, and what I mean by that is, things have become so material these days. And like I said, once again, these young fellas have this list that they have to abide by. Listen, we got to be honest about it. Ain't nobody got no money trees out here. I'm sure y'all parents used to tell y'all just like they used to tell me. Ain't no money tree out in the backyard. So I'm not going out, just pulling money off the tree just because you say you want this or say you want that. And that's the same thing for these young fellas. They ain't got no money tree either. To Chloe's point, they still trying to figure things out. So like I said, we have to keep that stuff in perspective. Yep, and to her point as well, we got to have some grace amongst the both of us. Because we can tend to be very hard on each other because of a lot of these stereotypes or a lot of these things that we see. So we have to understand a lot of this stuff is not realistic. It's really just a show. It's not real. Let's say it's not really how things go. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Chloe's point, cats don't just come out of high school making $250,000. It doesn't work that way. And if it does, the percentage is very low.
Right.
So like I said, we got to be a little more realistic with these things. And then two, like I said, I'll just make this point because I know we're probably at about that time. I'll just make this point as well. Just a point for the fellas out here, so we are raising sons, right? For the fellas that have sons, sorry. We have to raise these sons in a way that they can be the example and lead these families, that are going to be or these families that will be created in their generation. So I said we have to be mindful of that. Like I said, we don't want to be simping out no fellas out here. We got to make sure that we are aware of what we are teaching our sons. And then two, the other thing I just want to say, we also have to make sure we are instilling the ability into our sons to be able to adapt. Like I said, this current day is totally different than the way it used to be. And we have to make sure our sons have those skills or at least that mindset to be able to adapt. Because this thing is forever changing and it changes quickly, for that matter. So I just want to put that out there. But I know we're about that time. So we'll get ready, take some closing statements before we get ready to wrap. You want to say anything in closing, Chloe, before we get ready to wrap?
No, I think I said everything.
All right. What about you, C. Prince? You want to say anything in closing, man?
Yeah, I say something. I mean, we looked at this letter that this man sent to his 17-year-old son.
Right.
And we got to think about it. He's giving him the moral instead of the street. You know what I'm saying? He telling him respect instead of saying, go out there and get it any way you can. So we got to look at this. The moral issue is the biggest thing we got to look at. He is giving his son some morals that most men are not giving their children. You know what I'm saying? A generation of men out there talking about we from the streets. And that's the biggest pride. Big guys being from the street. My dad was this, I'm this. But guess what? Most of your fathers ain't going to make it because they was in the penitentiary or in the grave. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say that because, one time I was one of them, hey, I'm from the street, this street. I don't want street nothing. But if you give your son moral advice, he got a better chance of living in this world. And that's all I got to say.
Okay. I appreciate that, man. I can feel that. All right, Los, it's that time, man.
I'm sick of Chloe stuff. I ain't gonna let Chloe talk. Nah. But don't you ever set me up like that again, because I didn't know that was the beginning of the conversation. So I'll rock with you.
That wasn't no setup, man. She did some word magic on you, man. That wasn't no setup, man.
She tried to hit me with the okie doke and change the whole subject to an apple pie when I thought we was talking about pumpkin pie. But nah, honestly, that's what we complaining about. The text message. At least he had the conversation. At least he was trying to give his son some type of instruction. I think sometimes we become so sensitive in this cancel culture that you can't even joke with your child anymore. You can't even play with them or whatever else and make little funny notes or whatever else, because we all joke. I mean, we're men. We have locker room talk. We talk to each other all different type of ways, but they're talking to each other out of love. And the proof of that was the same thing that Chloe said that she liked. The end of the message. Love you, Papa. Love you, son. So all that other stuff in the beginning of the message was just their relationship. And it doesn't matter where the conversation starts, it matters how the conversation ended. And it ended with a respectful conversation between father and son. Not only that, he gave his son instructions. Now, for some people, he could have worded, at least he gave his son some instructions, because ain't no blueprint in life. So at least he tried to put his son out there the right way, so that way his son could have some type of moral identity of what to do and how to conduct himself in front of a woman, which is beautiful. Now, flip mode on the other side, ladies. I understand the list, and you should have your standards, and I expect you to have your standards and your boundaries, because you do deserve that. Only one question: how many things on the list are you meeting for yourself as well, or is it just expectation? I just know we expect a lot of things from other people, and all I'm asking is, that's great. You should have those expectations. My only question is, do you have those same type of expectations for yourself and what you're bringing to the table? Chloe was like, wow, y'all got a lot of pressure on you. Women, y'all got a lot of pressure too. You feel me? You need to be safe. You need to be protected. You need to make sure anybody's trying to just take advantage of that. I mean, there's a lot of things that ladies have to go on too. And there's nothing wrong with that. But my question is, how many things of your own list of where you want to be in the relationship and what you want out of the relationship, how many of those things are you checking off? I just want to end this conversation like this. There's a big difference, and since you probably agree with me on this one, Chloe, expectation versus appreciation. There's nothing wrong with having a standard, but do you appreciate it, or is it just expected? Are you expected to have all these things on the list and you want to well, that's what you're supposed to do. Well, that's the list. That's on the list. So if it's on the list, I don't need to appreciate. No, you should appreciate everything, because no one has to do nothing. But the fact that they're willing to do it, it should be appreciative. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a standard. Not saying you shouldn't have a boundary. Not saying that you can't have your list. What I am saying is, if somebody is checking these things off, just appreciate it. On both sides, both ways. Because you can send your children out into the world one way, but when things don't get appreciated or things like that, it makes a person, why the hell am I doing all this? I won't do it for the next one. I won't make the same mistake again. And then people go out with hurt lenses because somebody took advantage of what was expected and not appreciated. It's King Jaquel Martin. This is our show. You dig?
No, for sure, for sure. Like I said, once again, we appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Shout out to Erica Arrington, Peter, Shirley Ann down in the comments for checking in tonight with your input. Like I said, awesome comments. We do the show every Thursday night, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, every Thursday night. So I said, once again, shout out to Chloe, shout out to C Prince for joining us on the panel. This is Look in the Mirror. And with that being said, you guys have an awesome night.
Wait.
Go ahead, man.
This is what audience. Don't y'all get it twisted. Me and my sister was having fun. We're making the show dramatic because the show has to be dramatic, because that's what gets y'all attention. Oh, they going back and forth. Oh, look at it. No, that is my sister, and I love my sister, and I respect her opinion. I just need y'all to know that. Period. We just did that for the show.
Absolutely. I'm gonna give him a hard time anyway, because he like my brother. So I'm always gonna do that. I'm gonna come at him like that sometimes.
And ever since I killed Quasi in that dance battle, things ain't been the same.
Here we go. Here we go. With that being said, y'all have an awesome night. We'll catch you guys next Thursday.